Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring a rare crystal known as Erythrite, this beautiful kind of magenta deep red stone. Now, it gets its name Erythrite from the Greek word erythros, which means red. Now, who am I to argue with the Greeks, but it's more of a kind of a magenta color than a red, but still a really stunning one. In fact, geologists get really excited when they find this crystal. Not only is it rare in itself, but it often leads to other crystals that are high in cobalt being around that can also be very valuable as well. One thing you do have to be careful about when working with erythrite is there is a scale that determines the hardness of a crystal or the strength of a crystal. So it's called the Mohs scale, M-O-H-S. Now a diamond is a 10 on the Mohs scale, that's the hardest you can get. This can be anywhere between 1 and 2, so very, very delicate. So whether you've got a raw piece or maybe a piece of jewelry, it can definitely be carried or worn, but you want to be really, really careful with it. Now this gentleness in this crystal and that beautiful magenta color and that cobalt all blends together to bring in some really interesting magical attributes. And that's what we're going to dive in and explore in this video as we explore erythrite. I really feel like erythrite is a great crystal for this time and this age. It really allows us to take different information from different aspects, rather than being fixed on one. Now this can be great when you're trying to find out answers yourself. You can go to different resources and assimilate it. But it can also be really great for helping you to understand different people's perspectives and kind of work out how that fits with you as well. Now, you may be finding an answer or looking for an answer and you're getting different kind of results in different places. This can really help you to work out how to kind of bring these together and go, okay, now I get the fixed picture. In fact, erythrite is renowned for really helping us to get to the root cause of health issues. And you know, I can speak from my own personal experience that sometimes I've gone to see like a GP and a couple of GPs weren't able to help me with something, but it was then some blood tests they did combined with a naturopath and what the naturopath found that was able to find the answer. So it's about bringing different resources in. This is quite empowering, in fact, as we start to become the hub of collecting that information and then working out with the professionals around us what we want to do. The other great thing about erythrite is this can be really great when we have differences of opinion around us. You know, sometimes we're like, oh, do I decide that or do I decide that? What if we could decide both and merge them together? We're often working out which party are you meant to be in or which side are you on. Why not be in the middle and see the benefits of both and how we can merge those ideas together? Erythrite really helps with that. In helping us consider different perspectives, erythrite can also help us expand our own awareness. It can help our spiritual growth by looking at different ideas, by always being open to different things. When we become fixed on one idea, then that means that we shut off from any other option. So really powerful in that way. The other thing is erythrite is a really beautiful stone for helping us to express these ideas, for helping to evoke conversation between people where we consider other ideas. It's a really beautiful one to pair with a light blue crystal, a throat chakra crystal, maybe angelite or blue lace agate, aqua aura, Andean blue opal, anything like that that will allow you to really communicate clearly. Erythrite is renowned for helping us speak clearly, concisely, and considerately so that our message gets to the heart and the ears of the people that we're trying to connect with and they're able to listen. And that's why we can start to form this beautiful bridge of peace and understanding, bringing things together. So in general, whenever you have a range of different ideas that you need to bring together, whether it be for your own well-being or whether it be different people around you, and maybe you have to play an important role in bringing that information together, erythrite will help you in that way. The color of erythrite, that magenta color, is actually associated with a lesser chakra within our body system. It's known as the zeal chakra, or the mouth of God. And it's actually, if you kind of rub on the back of your head where that occiput, where the spine kind of goes into the skull, that's where it is. Now this is said where divine inspiration comes in. And it's through that we come to understand what our spiritual purpose is, how we're going to assimilate that to the world, and even express it as well. So if you want to feel a bit more connected to the Creator, connected to divine inspiration, connected to the font of all knowledge and wisdom, working with magenta colored crystals such as erythrite, other ones such as strawberry quartz and udilite can all really work to help to nurture this connection. So when you feel that you're not connected to guidance or not sure what to do, and you can't find those answers within, or you want to connect a bit more with divinity, start working with the Erythrite. Maybe resting like face down with this on the back of your head, or popping it near your head when you're doing a chakra layout can really be a powerful way of allowing you to hear those divine guidance. Now, it may not be voices in your head or anything like that. You'll just notice as you're speaking, these ideas and this divine inspiration pops in. Again, allowing you to assimilate that information that we were talking about before, helping you to form compromises between yourself and other people so that everyone gets along. Of course, the creator and nature and the way of the universe is harmonious balance. And so if you're feeling out of balance or there's a lack of harmony, work with the zeal chakra to get that inspiration on how to bring that equilibrium back into your life and the lives of those around you. As I've been working with Erythrite over the last few weeks, I've got this kind of sense of kindness and gentleness around me. It really is such a nurturing, different crystal. And when we look at the symbolism of the color magenta, it's very much about kindness, consideration, tolerance, all those beautiful, loving kind of energies that we all want to experience, but I think everyone in the world wants to experience as well. Erythrite, being monoclinic in its structure, helps to seal that kindness in. So it really works when gridded around a space to make sure that it is a kind of let no evil enter within this space. If you want to create a sacred space where people get along, where they feel accepted, where there's kindness and generosity, then putting pieces of Erythrite around that space or around a room can be really quite powerful. If you only have one piece, then putting it in the center of the room with some clear quartz points pointing in 4 different directions can also be really powerful as well. So when you need to bring in that kind-hearted nature a bit more, and I think we all need a little bit of that in our lives right now, Erythrite is there for you to help. So overall, I find Erythrite this amazing crystal that helps to bring in divine inspiration, to help you bring different ideas together, to collaborate and to work with other people in collaboration, in assimilation, in bringing things so that we can bring all the good ideas into a melting pot and come up with the best idea, and do that in a way that is kind to both yourself and to other people as well. In fact, working with Erythrite allows you to stay within that bubble of love and to do things in a kind way and not get aggressive. It can also help you to be really quite kind to yourself and kind and tolerant to yourself, and allow healing to come in by being gentle and forgiving of yourself. Now, when you're working with these crystals, of course, it's great to always cleanse them if you've been using them a lot, or if you have been in areas where there's been a lot of conflict. I love to cleanse my Erythrite using the element of water, but you wouldn't want to put this in water because it might actually damage the crystal. So putting it near a stream or a lake or outside under a balcony when it's raining, that will really help to that movement of water will move the kind of energy around the crystal and allow it to cleanse really quite beautifully. Now, I also like to bring in gifts of the other kingdoms as well. And from the plant kingdom, I lean into an essential oil that actually is gifted from the lands where I live, Western Australia. It's known as Fregonia. Fregonia is this amazing oil that really works with that zeal chakra and helps to reinstill faith and hope when we're feeling a bit defeated. With that and Erythrite, you're going to find really uplifted and confident that the future is bright for yourself personally and for humanity as well. The animal that comes to mind is the tawny frogmouth. Now, this is a bird that we find in Australia. It kind of looks a little bit like an owl and people mistake it as an owl, but you hear it nocturnally at night with this beautiful call. And it kind of has this comforting call about it, as though when we're going through a period of darkness, all will be okay. Even though we can't often spot a tawny frogmouth, we can hear them around, or we know their presence is around, and we know that they'll be fine. Just like the Creator. We can't always see them, but we can hear that messages when it comes through the zeal chakra. Astrologically, because of the loving energy of Erythrite, I'd really pair it with Venus, and Venus rules Friday, so it's going to be the best day to start bringing in that assimilation and that healing and that kindness and compassion that I've talked about in this video. I'd love to know, have you got Erythrite? It's a rarer crystal, but definitely a beautiful one because of that magenta color, and it works with that lesser known chakra known as the zeal chakra. Please, if you've got any experience with this crystal, let's all learn from each other. Leave a comment in the section below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Barralet. Blessed be.